The night before Thanksgiving is often called Blackout Wednesday, as people begin the celebration early by celebrating with food and, of course, drinks. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in 2022, 100 drivers were involved in fatal traffic crashes on Thanksgiving Eve. 35% of those drivers were drunk. We did want to turn now to Chief Thea Pirnat with the Leesburg VA Police Department to talk a little bit more about this. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on Live Now from Fox, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, first, can we start with some statistics here in terms of DUIs, fatal crashes? Can you talk a little bit about what you guys see the night before Thanksgiving?
So it's called Black Wednesday for a reason, right? It's one of the busiest nights for bars and restaurants because you have a lot of folks returning home, to include college students. They're getting together with friends and family. They want to celebrate. Those social gatherings often involve alcohol. So with that, we see some increased alcohol consumption, but also some increased risky behavior. So we do tend to see a spike in our alcohol-related crashes and our drunk driving arrest starting tonight and through the holiday weekend.
Yeah, and I know DUI laws vary from state to state, but can you give us an idea of what that penalty is like for getting caught for doing something like this?
Well, it's certainly going to vary based on the circumstances, but it is life-changing. You're talking about potentially fines, jail time, your suspension of your license, maybe the loss of your vehicle, your insurance premiums are going to increase. So depending on the circumstances, definitely just the arrest alone is going to be impactful, but add to that, if you're involved in a crash, what's going to happen where you're potentially injuring another party or yourself, you can't undo that.
Right. And for any tips for people on when to not get behind the wheel, right? I mean, some people might think, oh, I'll just go have a drink, maybe two. Is there really a limit to when you should not be getting behind the wheel of a car?
There's no limit. The best advice is just, if you're going to drink responsibly, stay somewhere else, have a designated driver, use ride share. There's so many options right now. Around this time, most jurisdictions do offer free ride services, so sober ride home. So there's just no excuse to even risk it at all. The roads are dangerous sometimes with the weather. So even that one drink could really impact your reaction time and your driving behavior and cause a crash. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and I know you're in Leesburg, Virginia. How are you guys preparing for tonight? Are you bringing more people in, staffing up, or what does that protocol look like for you guys?
So most agencies in the United States, the deputies, the sheriffs, the officers, and the troopers, we are going to be out in full force. We're going to have increased patrols out there looking for intoxicated drivers. We do want to make the roads safe. We want everybody to arrive home safely, have a good time with friends and family. So if we identify intoxicated drivers, we are taking them off the roads.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, any advice or just any thoughts on this? Because obviously, like you were saying, this can be devastating, you know, getting into a fatal crash, killing yourself or someone else. And that's a sad way to spend a holiday.
Absolutely. And if you're hosting an event, I know there's going to be alcohol in your house. Take care of your guests as a host. It's much better to have someone sleep on your couch than spend the night in a jail cell or in a hospital. So it's just important. Let's celebrate safely with all our loved ones. That's really what matters this Thanksgiving, this holiday season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate your tips.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.